This is the first video in a set, and this will contain a short overview of the main functions in the ZTEST library. So that is where we're at. We're looking at the overview of the functions. And the functions are 3 in number. The first one is the ZTEST gen, the generate test data. Based on your specifications, that is, you name a file and you define for each column in the file how the data for that should be generated. A generator program is created, and when you run the program you get test data and lots of it, and it's all formatted in the way you want it to be. So that is number 1. The second one is called ZMP gen, where ZMP stands for compare. And it's based on the notion that you have 2 files. One where they share a lot of properties. That could be an old version and a new version. Or that you have changes in the applications, you have a new version of the program that creates the data in the file. And what you want to do is you want to compare and verify that you get the right output. So this one creates a bunch of SQL views that shows you where you have a complete match of data, matching records. You have where you might have data that is missing in one side of the equation or the other side of the equation, and finally where you have matching data per se, but you have significant changes in fields that you define, sort of number fields, quantities, prices that do not really match. And this makes it a lot easier to assess what you have. And finally, you had functions under the banner Z script, where you can record using ACS. It's all based on ACS. A macro, that is, you record all the keystrokes, and that is saved as a macro, which is then converted to a special type of script. And these scripts you can run, you can submit them to run in batch. And using the functions here, you can also view the results, that is what was sent to the screen, what was the data that was keyed in, and what did the screens look like when you hit enter, or the virtual entry in the batch mode. And also, if you use journaling, you can also see for each script that was run what were the database changes. So that is it. And this is what the application menu looks like. It has 5 different functions. One is the admin settings, that is license code and things of that kind. Second is actually creating the test data generator programs. Third is the functions for comparing files. And then we have for the scripted testing, there's some settings, and then you can work with the scripts you have or create new and do whatever you have to do. I want to mention that as for the actual running of the scripts in batch, 50-50 running in batch, that is based on the product TN API by Albert York. And that is not distributed with the package, but there are instructions on how to download that and get it running. And that is all I wanted to show for the initial video. And I will go into details in later ones on how to do the perform the various functions, how to create a test data generator program, how to create compare file sets, and how to actually work with scripts. So that's all for this one, and see you soon. Thank you.